everyone, and welcome back. As always, I am your girl, Candy Washington, and we are about to dive into today's recap, review, key about all things Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're finally getting more Aspen receipts. We're finally getting more Aspen episode. But before we dive in, I just wanted to say a quick shout out and thank you to Eileen Bradley, our beautiful candy cane. She just joined and became a member of the channel. So thank you so much, Eileen. I really appreciate your support. And you guys, if you want to support the channel, you can like the video. That's a free way to support. You can subscribe and you can also share this. Share this with a friend. Share this with your pop culture, reality TV, Bravo community. Be sure to share this and share this video. Check out the super thanks, the super chat in the description box. We have so many cool things going on down there. But I want to give a shout out to Eileen. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We'll be doing a lot of fun member-only lives coming up. Our first big one will be next month in October. So be sure to become a member or join us, whatever you want to do to get that scoop, to get what is going on. So with that, you guys, let's dive right on in. Hey, Darren, what is up? He says, hey, Candy Cane. Hi. Hi, Sandra. She goes, good afternoon, beautiful. Thank you, sweetheart. How are you? Hey, BH Pop 3 saying hello. That's right. Come through. Hey, Cynthia. Happy Candy. Happy Thursday. Yes. Happy everything. All right, you guys. There is so much going on. So before I dive in case you missed it, after this recap, go watch the other videos I did. There has been, in my eyes, personal opinion, alleged proof that Lisa Rinna was always lying on Kathy Hilton. I did a video on that. And also the rift between Kyle and Erika. So Erika really came after Kyle. And a new article in Reality Blurb, sort of like ending the friendship. She was wrong. She did me wrong in Aspen. I'm the victim. Wow, all that BS. In that video, I give you what I think is really going on and why I think it actually might be Bravo who's up to this fake situation, right? Oh, yay. Hi, everyone. What is up? Hey, Eileen goes, oh, thank you. I'm watching this with my puppy, Peanut. Hi, Peanut. I have wine and he has biscuit. That sounds perfect. Thank you, Eileen. I appreciate you. Hey, G Sawyer. I see Dorit is always a stunt queen with Garcelle at reunion. Exactly. While she has a snooze fest during the seasons, it seems she needs Garcelle to secure her diamond, LOL. Exactly. I think she's a stunt queen with Garcelle at the reunion for two reasons. One, she's trying to secure her diamond. She knows that she did nothing the entire season. She knows that the reunion is a time to sort of redeem yourself. And I also think, as we see in this episode and going forward, I think Dorit clearly got her marching orders from Erika. You have my back or else. I think she's threatened Dorit, like, you either stand by me or I'm going to start exposing the stuff you and PK have in your closet, right? We'll get into it. So I think those two things. One, Dorit knows her marching orders. You're in the Faux Fox Four. Prove yourself. And two, she needed a moment. Hey, Darren Hood, True T, this is what I heard on Watch Apple Live, that Andy and Erika reveal that there will be no post-reunion cast picture. It was a tough reunion. Wow. Hey, G Sir, Garcelle and Sutton are the moments of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I agree. All right, you guys, let's dive into the recap. All right, so Erika, we're tired of the threats. You're sitting there with Dorit talking about, I will remember who was there for me and who wasn't. And it's not going to be just like oh, bygones are bygones. I remember. Erika, shut up. How, in what planet, on what world do you think you have a leg to stand on to threaten anyone? You may not be facing jail time, but you're facing a lot of lawsuits. Your public reputation is shot and crap. Like, who are you? You're selling extensions, maybe not. That could just be a front to launder the money that you've hidden, allegedly. So Erika, just shut up. To me, Erika is so dehydrated and she's just so funky and she's just like, ugh. Like, Erika is stank. That's the word I'm looking for. She's very stank. She just looks like, ugh. Like, I'm just tired of her. Just 100% just tired of her. Now, as we all know, Dorit and Diana have been Erika/Rinna's lackeys. And I get why Kyle is offended. Now, we all have problems and issues with Kyle. I get that. But I want to sort of compartmentalize some things in order to, really objectively talk about particular situations, right? So we all know, in general, Kyle's vile. Good guy, goodbye, Kyle. She's fake, she's phony, she's this and that. We get it. But let's just, for the sake of a fun, lighthearted kiki, let's compartmentalize each scene and each interaction so we can talk about, who's our faves and who's not. So when it comes to Erika versus Kyle, I'm team Kyle on this one. Do I think that Kyle is, checking Erika because she cares so much about the victims? Maybe yes, maybe no. I think all of them, except for Erika, to be honest, genuinely do, and maybe Diana, I don't know, genuinely do care about the victims. But I think Kyle is coming so hard for Erika for a couple of reasons. One, Erika, you publicly are saying this. And Kyle said this over again. She's like, you're saying this in public. You're saying this on camera. I can't defend you. AKA, you're painting me in a corner where if I don't say something, and we all know that I am your friend, and if I say nothing, it looks like tacitly I am agreeing with you. I'm co-signing it. I'm also alleging that there's victims. And I have too much to lose to go down with you. I got my husband, we got the agency, we got the Netflix special, we got the kids, we got blah, 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 blah. I think Kyle is basically just like, listen up, Erika. I can defend you as much as I can, but when you are publicly melting down, when you're publicly saying you don't care about the victims on camera, in my home, on my watch, I have to say something because it's going to blow back on me. So I think from a strategic and business standpoint, Kyle had to say something. I also think in general, again, we all know Kyle's vile, but I also still think she does care about the victims. And she was kind of like, this is a new low even for you, Erika. Like, even for you, Erika, this is a new low. You see what I'm saying? So I'm definitely on Kyle's side on this one. Also, I thought it was a very, very hypocritical how Dorit is also trying to be a victim in this. Like, I can't believe Kyle is coming after me. Don't put me in the middle, Kyle. Blah, blah, blah. How am I the bad guy? And then Erika's like, well, now there's teams. Sweetheart, there were always teams. Didn't you literally 3 episodes ago look Garcelle in her face and say to her, these are my real friends? These are the people who actually know me? And Garcelle said to you, yeah, I know, you said it enough. So there's always been teams. You named yourself the Faux Fox Four. You named yourself. But prior to that, it was the Faux Fox Five. You gave your team a name. So I'm really confused, Erika, as to why you're now thinking, oh my God, there's teams. They're teaming up on me. They're coming against me. You guys literally named yourselves. Also, I have always said this, always, and now we're seeing it. So let's talk about the Faux Fox Four. We know it all started with Teddy, Lisa Rinna, Kyle, Erika, and Dorit. They started that to go after LVP, to get LVP gone. Then Teddy was gone. It went down to 4. Then now they brought on Diana. But I always said, even though Kyle was technically a part of the group, the three people who really had the allegiance was Erika, Rinna, and Dorit. And we're seeing that. That's why Kyle now is on the outs, losing her freaking mind, crying and going crazy, and not being able to believe that her Dorit, her I look at you like family Dorit, is basically being like, chick, I don't rock with you like that. That's literally that's what Dorit really said to her. She was like, chick, I don't actually ride with you like that. I'm riding with them. I'm riding with Rinna and I'm riding with Erika. I'm riding with them. I think that they always included Kyle for a couple of reasons. One, they needed Kyle because Kyle gives them cover. Kyle is Andy's favorite. Kyle is a Bravo favorite. Kyle was the OG. She was the originator of the show. Kyle has power out at Bravo and at the show. So they needed Kyle for cover. Having Kyle on their side has given them cover and protection for episode after episode after episode, right? So they needed Kyle for cover, but I don't think they ever actually included Kyle in their real conversations. When they really were scheming, when they really were putting together the fake storylines, when they really were scheming and scamming, I don't think Kyle was a part of that. I think it was the three of them. And that's why when Erika looked at Dorit and she was like, I'd hate for what's happening to me to happen to you, Dorit was shook. She was shook. Because the three of them really know where the bodies are buried, really know what the skeletons are. And she basically was just like, you don't be on my side, you try and check me, I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you what it feels like to be me right now. And that's when you saw Dorit fall in line. Dorit fell in line. The whole time she kind of wanted to be like, oh, I don't know, not really saying anything, sitting there like a freaking statue on the wall, irrelevant. But the moment Erika said that to her, we saw Dorit fall in line. She was folding up Erika's clothes. She was packing up Erika's room. She was acting like the maid. No disrespect to maids. Shout out to anybody, you know what I'm saying. She was acting like the maid. She was folding up Erika's clothes, packing up her backpack, her suitcases, her trunks. Erika was just walking, and Dorit was packing. Dorit fell all the way in line. And then the next day, Dorit missed out on everything. The whole hat situation, the drinking and all that stuff to be by Erika's side. Dorit fell all the way in line. And Dorit pretty much said to Kyle, well, people that I care about, when they're hurting and they're crying, I'm going to be there for them. When she was looking at her so-called friend who was hurting and crying. So what does that really tell you? I don't actually really care about you. Like, you know what I mean? We have to really look and see what people are saying, because people always tell on themselves. If I am crying and I'm hurt and I'm talking to my so-called best friend and she looks me in the face and she says, you know what? When people that I actually care about are hurting and crying, I'm there for them. But yet you're staring at me and you're basically being like, I'm riding with them. What does that tell you? And we all know the rumors about Mauricio and Dorit. So the moment Mauricio stepped in and was like, hey guys, on behalf of me and PK, I gotta make this right. You guys are friends. There's a third party. You gotta stop. The moment Mauricio walked in, Dorit perked up. She perked her little self right on up, and she fell in line with him. Her honey, her alleged lover, checked her, and she fell in line. Oh, Kyle. Oh, Papa. Oh, come here. Oh, Kyle, I love you. Where was that literally 2 seconds ago when you looked her dead in the face while this woman was having a meltdown? Again, I know Kyle has issues, but we're doing everything situation by situation, right? We're letting go of some stuff and doing everything by situation. When 2 seconds ago, you looked this woman who was having a freaking meltdown dead in her face, and said, well, I actually have sympathy and I'm there for people I actually care about. But I'm going to stand here and watch you melt and be like, I don't rock with you. I'm rocking with them. That's what Dorit really said to Kyle. But the moment her husband walks up, all of a sudden you're hugging and you're kumbaya and I love you and oh my gosh and blah, blah, blah. Kyle didn't even fall in line, and that was her actual husband. If anybody's going to fall in line when Mauricio steps into the situation, it should be his wife. And I don't mean obviously I don't mean wives are submissive and all that, I don't mean sexism, gender bias or anything like that. I don't mean that. I just mean, if a wife is arguing with someone and then her husband comes and says, hey guys, let's relax, logically the wife would be like, okay, my husband's here, let me fall back, let me chill, let me just kumbaya, my husband is here, he's checking me, let's just relax on this. Kyle didn't even do that, but Dorit did. Dorit acted like Mauricio was her man, telling her to pipe down. So, I mean, again, this is alleged, these are rumors. I don't want this rumor to be true, but to be honest, the more and more we see, the more and more it's looking like I'm of two minds when it comes to the Mauricio and Dorit rumor. I'm of two minds. One mind is they're smashing, they're knocking boots, it's real. My other mind is that Dorit is infatuated with Mauricio. She wants to be knocking boots. She wants an affair. I think he's not a stupid man. I think he picks up on her physical attraction to him, and it makes him a little bit uncomfortable. Because I know that there's all the cheating rumors about Mauricio, but I also think that just because someone allegedly may cheat on their spouse, it doesn't mean that they're going to cheat on their spouse with their best friend or with their best friend's spouse, because he's also very, very close to PK. But I do think that 100% there seems to be sexual tension on Dorit's side. So either they are smashing or she wants to be smashing. And we've also seen her kind of be colder to Kyle, more on the outs with Kyle, more of a falling out with Kyle, until Mauricio stepped in and she fell right on in line. Like, okay, my man spoke. Let me fall back, right? Pinky Chai Chai says, well, PK, I know. I know. I know. There's also the PK rumors that he's dipping it and doing it in London and he's living his best life. He's living his truth. Take that as you will. Over in London. So who knows? Who knows? I do want to, okay, so let's talk about, let's move to Crystal. Let's move to Crystal. Crystal obviously was one of the MVPs of the night. She, for the last couple of episodes, we have to give Crystal her props. She showed up, she clocked in. She woke up and she clocked in. She stopped trying to be all up Erika and Rinna and Kyle's and Dorit's butt. She realized, wait a minute, these women are actually trifling. These women are actually corrupt. These women aren't the team. They're not the ones. She's come over to the light side. She's with Kathy. She's with Sutton. She's with Garcelle. And she's speaking up, and she's speaking up against Erika. Now, I reveled, and I mean reveled in this, because Ding Dong Dorit, I'm done with Ding Dong Dorit. Stop trying to sleep with your best friend's husband. Like, girl, just stop. I'm so done with Ding Dong Dorit. Did you guys catch, after everything went down and they're at, I want to say, I forgot what bar they're at, right? But it's like after everything goes down and Dorit is trying to like check Crystal. And you could tell in her face that she had practiced this read. She thought she was going to like checkmate Crystal. She was like, I don't know all the facts, and neither do you. And you saw this like smugness on her face. Like she really thought she did something. Like she really thought she put Crystal in her face. Crystal looked at her and she was just like, well, I actually have a moral compass. And I like to know the people that I surround myself with have one too. And then you saw Dorit go, like she just had no response to that. She got played. She had egg on her face. I was like, yes, Crystal, come through. Because Dorit was so smug. Like she thought she like, I'm going to put Crystal in her place. Girl, shut up and bye. She had no response because it's true. I have a moral compass. And Crystal was right. And you guys, I said this before. I have a whole video on it. So Erika was like, oh, I've been vindicated. I won the lawsuit. See, everyone, I was right. I was right. Girl, bye. That was one lawsuit of about 30 lawsuits. And also, it didn't mean that you were actually innocent. Just in this particular lawsuit, this particular judge, so there wasn't enough evidence to prove it. Not that you're innocent. There's a guilt, first of all, not guilty and innocent are two different things. And also, the judge didn't say you weren't guilty. He didn't say you were innocent. He just dismissed it with prejudice, as you said, which means, hey, you might have something here, but we need, without prejudice. Without prejudice, which means, hey, I don't have enough right here, right now, but you might have something. So I'm going to dismiss this, but I'm going to leave it open for them to re-sue you, which is exactly what they said that they were going to do. It was in Illinois, Chicago, and it got dismissed there without prejudice, meaning, hey, you get more information, maybe a different jurisdiction, you can re-sue them. And they vowed that they were going to refile the lawsuit in California. So this whole Erika acting like she's vindicated was a big fake news. I did a whole video on this before when it broke. It was nothing but fake news. Erika, you're not vindicated. You're not innocent. None of that. Stop trying to pretend. It's like Erika and Diana are the queens of fake news. These fake press releases, these fake headlines, these fake stunts, we're on to you. And I love that Crystal broke it down. But I also, did you guys notice, I don't mean to jump around too much, but did you guys notice that in the confessionals, you can tell when that Bravo, I think, invited the women back to do, to shoot more confessionals. I think the confessionals with Garcelle with that short hairdo, I think that's a reshoot. I think the one when Crystal has the long black hair, that's a reshoot. Diana, 100%, because she's lost 20 pounds when she was in the confessional with the pink and she was really thin. That was a reshoot. So you see, when Bravo took that week off, I think they called the housewives back in to reshoot the confessionals, to be more in alignment with everything that's going on now. Which is why you now have Crystal in the confessional explaining that Erika's big win wasn't really the big win. She also explained it in the episode too, but the fact that they doubled down on it and having her explain it again in the confessional so we really understood, I think that's what Bravo is doing. I think Bravo is trying to, actually, I think it's NBC telling Bravo, get your act together. That's what I really think is going on here. So Erika, big win, is a big nothing burger, as we all know what that situation is. I love Crystal standing up for herself and all of that. Where I think Crystal did a misstep is when she went back to the group when they were having pizza and she was, calling Erika to task and was just like, hey, how come you come at me and you're calling me an a-hole for asking questions about the earrings, for asking questions about the victims, for asking questions about this, that, and the third, but yet you give Garcelle a pass. You didn't go after Garcelle. And Erika was like, I went after both of you, and you are an a-hole. So disrespectful, so disgusting. Erika, gross. You're just gross to me, sweetheart. You're not a pretty mess. You're just a mess. And then Garcelle was like, she did kind of go after me. We had a whole thing. I unfollowed her on Instagram. There was a whole thing. The misstep wasn't checking Erika. The misstep was using Garcelle as your analogy. You should have used Kyle, because that was the epitome of hypocrisy, the epitome of favoritism, the epitome of mean girl behavior. If Crystal would have said, oh, it's really funny that you think it's appropriate to call me an a-hole and to yell at me and to demean me and be disrespectful towards me when I'm just asking questions about what is literally on every single blog, every single magazine, every single newspaper about the victims, about you not giving a damn, about these $1 million earrings that you're refusing to give back. You want to come at me, give me all the smoke, but yet now you're back kumbaya with Kyle after 5 minutes. You guys are over there in the corner taking tequila shots now. You're laughing, you're kikiing, you're making fun about the last night. You and Kyle are now back being bosom buddies. So which is it? Are you going to hold a grudge against her for years? Are you going to call her an a-hole? Are you going to tear her down? So it wasn't, the misstep, again, wasn't Crystal checking Erika, because she should have checked her. But she used the wrong analogy. And when she said, or whatever it is, comparison, whatever it is. I don't know if that's an analogy or not, but whatever the comparison was, you shouldn't have compared yourself to Garcelle because you and Garcelle are on the same boat, sweetheart. You, Garcelle, and not on the same boat. You guys breathe. They have a problem with it forever. She should have said, oh, but your homegirl Kyle can call you out last night, and now you guys are back kiki and hee-hawing. That's the hypocrisy for me. So that's where I think Crystal's, what she said would have been stronger if she used the fact of how hypocritical Erika is being when it comes to forgiving Kyle and all that stuff, right? Okay, now let's get into it. Okay, Garcelle. Where I think Garcelle did a misstep. I know Queen Garcelle can do no wrong. This is where I think Garcelle did a misstep. Not a huge one, but I kind of was just like, oh, really, Garcelle? Why? Is with Tequila Gate. But again, I also think this was, and not to give anybody passes, but it may have been a little bit of the way the producers asked the questions in the confessional. So I didn't like the fact that Garcelle was kind of shading Kathy about the tequila. I know this might sound nitpicky, but I just didn't like how she was like, oh, are we under contract to taste the tequila? I don't remember signing on the dotted line. And I was kind of like, Garcelle, really? Like, I don't know if that's the best look. I don't know if it was the way the producer asked the question, but I was kind of like, well, this entire season, if we're being honest, Garcelle, you plugged the reel every single episode. Erika's gonna be on the reel. We talk about the earrings on the reel. Well, on my show, on the reel, we're gonna be on the reel. So if you don't have a problem talking about the reel and plugging your show, why do you think you need a contract to just be decent when Kathy is trying to plug her tequila? And quiet as it's kept, Kathy is the only one on the show who plugged your show. Because remember, a couple episodes ago, Kathy was talking to you and she was like, oh, yeah, Rick was talking to me about, oh, you're going to be on Garcelle's show. She was like, I'm going to be on Garcelle's show tomorrow. And he was like, oh, you're going to be on her show. And they were talking about the reel and what she's going to say and blah, 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 blah. So to be honest with you, Kathy is the only person out of I never heard Sutton talk about the reel. I never heard Crystal talk about the reel. Damn sure the other ladies didn't talk about the reel. So I'm just sort of like, why were you trying to throw Kathy under the bus with the whole, we didn't sign up for it? When quiet as kept, Kathy is the only person on the entire cast who ever bigged up you being on the reel, other than yourself. So that's why I was kind of like side-eyeing Garcelle a little bit. But you know what? Overall, Garcelle's amazing and great. But it did kind of give me pause. I didn't expect that from Garcelle when it came to Kathy. So I don't know. I don't know if it's production, the way they're asking the questions. Maybe they were leading. I don't know. I do think it also might be Bravo. To me, this episode, a lot, like with the questions like that and the way they're doing the tequila, I think Bravo is trying to give Kyle a little bit of cover, a little bit of protection, because it's very clear that everyone is just like, Kyle, this is your fault. You kept poking and poking and poking. Rinna was being disrespectful as hell when it came to the tequila. Kyle was being disrespectful as hell. I think it's Bravo's way of kind of covering Kyle, because as we all know, Bravo has their favorites. Andy loves Kyle. It's pretty clear Kyle will be coming back next season, it looks like, at least. I think this is their kind of way of giving Kyle some cover. Like showing all the times Kathy talks about the tequila. Showing Sutton being like, I don't drink tequila. Having Garcelle be like, we didn't sign a contract. So I think it might be Bravo's way of giving Kyle a little bit of cover. Like, oh, she was talking about it all the time. Oh, it was a lot. Oh, it wasn't just me poking, blah, blah, blah. But we're not dumb, Bravo. We're not with the shits. We know the deal. Kathy was doing what they all do. She was plugging her stuff. They all do it. How many times have we had to talk about the agency over the last decade? You think you're going to sway me by showing 2 times she's talking about some tequila when these women drink like there's no tomorrow? Miss me with that, Bravo. Like, you're not, like, we're not stupid. We have eyes. We have our candy cane critical thinking hats. We can call a thing a thing. Kyle was being disrespectful as hell to her sister. Point blank, period. She enabled Erika, Rinna, Diana, and Dorit to also be disrespectful towards her. Kathy had had enough. And also, I don't think it was just about the fact that it was tequila. That, to me, that's not the point. I think the point was exactly what Kathy said. When Kyle was crying about Dorit not being there for her, Kathy said the whole thing. She said, I know. She's like, I know what it feels like when people aren't there for you. And she was referring to you, Kyle. You weren't there for your sister. So we're not stupid, Bravo. We're not taking the okie joke. Garcelle may have taken the bait. I'm going to give Garcelle a pass because we love her. But we're not stupid, Bravo. We know what happened. We know what the deal is, okay? We're not dumb. All right, let's see what else happened. And then I'm going to do some questions and some viewer comments. But let's get into some more other stuff. What else happened? Okay. Let's talk about Rinna. I'm going to spend a couple of seconds on Rinna and this 818 tequila Kendall gender comment. And then we could talk about Rinna's fake receipts. Okay. First of all, Lisa Rinna, and when I say this, I'm not age shaming anybody. This is not about age shaming. I want to make that very, very clear. I don't care if you're 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We're all beautiful. We're all amazing. We're all worthy. We're all great. I'm not age shaming anybody. But Lisa Rinna is pushing 60, and she wants to get her almost 60-year-old self on this TV and talking about my friend Kendall Jenner. Kendall Jenner is in what, her 20s? Maybe late 20s at like the most. Pinky Chai, no, according to the article I read, I think it was either page 6 or relevant, they said Lisa Rinna was 59. They said Lisa Rinna was 59. I can't remember where it was. But anyway, 55, 60, whatever. Calling a girl in her 20s, well, a young woman in her 20s, friend, that was a stretch. That was bogus to me, sweetheart, and it just didn't seem right. First of all, if this young woman who's in her early to mid 20s is your friend. Oh, Pinky says no, I am 54. Oh, hey, yes, 54. Yes, Pinky, yes. Sorry about that. Yay, 54. Right? So you're calling this girl, this young woman in her 20s, your friend. Well, if you guys are so close and you're such good friends, why? Oh, and Satin Boutique says Kendall Jenner just unfollowed Lisa Rinna. Bloop. Because I think Kyle was like, sweetheart, don't bring me in this mess. Don't bring me in this. This is the thing. Nobody wants Lisa Rinna stink. Lisa Rinna, you stink right now. Nobody wants your stink on them. Nobody wants to be associated with you. Why are you calling this young woman in her 20s your friend? That is so weird to me. And if you're such good friends with her, how come you've never tasted her tequila before? This was the first time you ever tasted her tequila, but yet you're such good friends? I don't know about you, but if I have say I come out with a face serum or a lip gloss or whatever, right? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send it to my friends who are influential. Rinna's a joke, but she does have a big platform. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Could you hashtag this for me? Could you @ this? Could you post it? So the fact that you're saying this girl is your friend, and I don't mean to be dismissive when I say the word girl, towards Kendall. I know she's a young woman, so sorry, I don't mean to be offensive at all. So this young woman, right? You're not friends. And personally speaking, if my mom's friend was out and was like, oh, my friend Candy has this new lip gloss, I would be like, We're not friends. That's weird. That's bizarre. My mom's friend would be like, oh, my friend's daughter just launched her new skincare line. My friend's daughter just launched her new tequila line. That's how grown folks talk about us younger people. Like, my mother's friend would never publicly be like, my friend Candy. Ever. My mother's, because let's keep it all the way real. Lisa Rinna is friends with Kris Jenner. Lisa Rinna is not friends with Kendall Jenner. Those are two very different things. And it was just creepy and bizarre that on multiple occasions she kept saying, my friend Kendall. It's weird to me. I would never call my mother's friends my friends. I would say, my mom's friend, blah, 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 blah. And my mom's friends would never call me their friends. They would say, my friend's daughter. It's just bizarre and it's weird to me. You were just being a hater, Rinna. You were just being a hater, point blank, period. It's weird. It's awkward. Rinna, you and Diana's obsession with youth, you and Diana's obsessions with young people, and I'm going to call a thing, you and Diana's obsession with underage people, it's nasty. It's weird. It's unsettling. It's bizarre. It's nasty. It's nasty. It's nasty. And I hope it's true that Kendall Jenner did unfollow you. It's weird. My mother would feel very uncomfortable if her, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Her contemporaries, right? Like her group of people, you know what I'm saying? Like that, her social group. If somebody in my mother's social group was calling me their friend, my mom would think that was weird. She would be like, my daughter's not your friend. I'm your friend. That's my daughter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's bizarre. Anyway, Rinna, miss me with all this. Okay. I also did a video on Rinna's non-receipts. So as we all saw, and your moms is watching, shout out to them, I believe they posted the entire text exchange between Erika and Rinna after that night at the Caribou Club. And I posted some excerpts, but then I went back and saw the whole text exchange. Nothing. Lisa Rinna never once, not once, said in her text messages to Erika, Kathy said something homophobic. Kathy said the N-word. Kathy said something to a bartender. Kathy said something to an assistant. Kathy blah, blah, said something to a DJ. Nothing. The only thing she said was Kathy popped off on Kyle and she got really pissed and they were yelling and screaming and throwing stuff. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes me and my sister pop off on each other and we yell and scream and we throw shit. Like, I'm telling you. And I'm the youngest. And this is my older sister. And we still pop off, okay? To me, that is like a holiday spat. Like, it's like the night before Thanksgiving. We're all irritable. We've all been at home. And we're all just like, had enough, right? It's not that deep. It's not that serious. And then 2 seconds later, we're laughing and opening presents and eating food and hanging out. It's really not that deep or serious. Like, Erika and Rinna, like, you're reaching. And you're doing it for 2 reasons. One, Rinna, you're just so jealous of anybody who literally has anything. Like, you're jealous of people who are happy. You're jealous of people who are in love. You're jealous of people who have money. You're jealous of people who have success. You're just jealous of everybody who has everything that you don't have. Sorry, calling a thing a thing. You're just jealous of Kathy. And you don't like her. Just call a thing a thing. You don't like Kathy and you're jealous of her and you want to take her down. You also needed a storyline. Going after Kathy Hilton gives you a storyline because you don't want to talk about the husbands, do you? I also think it was deflection. Erika was a dark shit show. She was a dark shit show during Aspen. She was nasty. She was mean. I mean, even Diana, Dorit, and Rinna even those 3 snakes were like, you went too far, sweetie. Even they were kind of shook with Erika. When you get Diana, Rinna, and Dorit shook, you know you really went dark. Like, you know you went to like a new layer of hell. Even they were kind of like, you might want to rate it in, sweetheart. Right? Erika was a dark shit show. So I think that they were trying to, and it worked for a little bit until we started to see the episode, until things started to be leaked. It did work for a little bit. We all, a couple of months ago, we all were like, what did Kathy Hilton say? I personally never believed it, to be honest, because it didn't, on a gut level, it didn't pass the gut check. It just didn't make sense to me. I was like, first of all, if Kathy Hilton, and we have to be honest about the world right now, if a very, very rich white woman in 2022 really said the N-word and a homophobic slur, do you think she would be doing press? Do you think she would be throwing premiere parties? Do you think she still would be filming? Do you think she would go to the reunion? Come on, call a thing a thing. No, she would be quiet, dark, off on the side, doing damage control, making sure nothing comes out. Like, it would be a completely different reaction. Completely different. To me, Kathy never acted guilty. It just didn't land for me. It just didn't land. It didn't land. It never landed. So I think that they were like, how can we get people not to talk about Erika? What would be a bigger shit show than Erika right now? Oh, Kathy Hilton being exposed as racist and homophobic. That would be a bigger shit show. And for a while, that's what we all were talking about. What did Kathy say? What happened? What are Rinna's receipts? We have to watch Aspen. What goes down in Aspen, right? We were all like, what happened? What's going on? Until the truth and everything started to trickle down. And then we quickly were like, oh, this is just Rinna having a moment, being Rinna, lying again. This is just Erika trying to deflect from her own stuff. Oh, there's no receipts? Oh, the only person conveniently who heard this was Rinna, conveniently while during the 24/7 that they're being recorded, during the 1 hour that they're not actually being recorded, allegedly Kathy Hilton said this. And when you're actually texting Erika everything that happened, you never once mentioned racism. You never once mentioned the N-word. You never once mentioned a homophobic slur. That would have been the first thing you said to Erika. Not never saying it. That would have been the first thing. You wouldn't have been like, oh, she's so mean to her sister. Oh, she's going crazy. Oh, I'm locked in my room. Oh, she's yelling. Shut up. Shut up, Rinna. The first thing you would have said was, she said this. She did that. That would have been the first thing. So, Rinna, shut up. You're lying. In my humble opinion, you're lying. You've also already admitted that you are a liar and you're willing to fake storylines. Bravo, the moment you fell out of favor with Bravo, they checked you and they leaked that deleted scene because prior to that, they were protecting you. Because we know Bravo protects people, they protect their favorites. But when you fall out of favor with Bravo, they will throw you under the bus and keep it popping. So they were protecting you in the beginning. That's why you admitting that you lied about Harry and you lied about him being mad at Garcelle. That's why they didn't include it in the original episode. But when you fell out of favor, all of a sudden, Bravo releasing deleted scenes. Bravo releases deleted scenes, and all the blogs and the blurbs are picking up on the deleted scene where out of your own mouth, you admit that you lied and you faked a whole storyline. That's not even alleged. That's what you said out of your own mouth. So the fact that you're willing to lie on Garcelle, you're willing to lie on your own husband to fake a storyline and to get back at Garcelle, you want me to believe that you're not willing to lie on a woman that whose mere existence irritates every evil thing about you because you're that jealous of her? Girl, bye. I'm Team Kathy 100%. I don't believe for 1 second, Kathy is racist or homophobic or she said any of that stuff. Now remember, we're compartmentalizing things. I know in the past there's been oh, the Hiltons have said the N-word, this, da, 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 da. There has to come a point in time where collectively we understand it's not condoning, it's not giving a pass, it's not sweeping under the rug, but there comes a time where, as a collective consciousness, we have to just realize people are not perfect. People make mistakes. People can grow. People can change. Racism is insidious and institutionalized. Sexism is insidious and institutionalized. Homophobia, institutionalized, all of that stuff. Colorism, all of that stuff. So am I saying that the Hiltons have never ever said this or have never ever done anything wrong? No, I'm not saying that. But there comes a point in time where we have to have our discernment and say this person isn't a racist. I don't think Kathy Hilton is a racist, because there are actual legitimate people who truly are racist in this world. And I think that's a totally different ballgame. You see what I'm saying? So, and again, it's not to give anybody a pass. It's not to pretend it doesn't happen. But there comes a time where we have to learn to grow and move on and call a thing and not label everything one thing. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, there needs to be a point where we just give people grace and realize what the thing is. You know, I think I told this story before, but I'll tell it now just in case. I was at one of my really good friends got married, and a bunch of us from college, we were all together and hanging out. And one of my really good friends is gay. And I had made this comment about I think it was like airlines attendants. And I said something about like the male airline attendants are like stereotypically like they're gay or something like that. And I was talking about it, and my intent, my heart, by no means was trying to be homophobic. By no means was trying to, you know, be a stereotype or put down gay men or put down LGBTQ people. Absolutely not. But I'm also a human being, and I'm an ally to them, but I still don't understand all the nuances of what could be offensive. You know what I mean? I'm an ally to LGBTQIA and like trans and all that. I'm an ally, but I also know my limitations and my position as an ally. I stand with you, but I'm not you. And I have my own limitations, and I could tell that I hurt my friend's feelings. It wasn't my intent by any means, but I could tell that what I was saying, or maybe just my own ignorance, my own whatever you want to call it, I could tell that I had hurt his feelings. So the next day I took him aside, I got coffee, and I was just like, hey, you know, I could tell that what I said was really hurtful. I apologize. I'm really, really sorry. That wasn't my heart. That wasn't my intent. But I could tell that what I said hurt you, and I'm really, really sorry. Should I be labeled a homophobic for my life because of that? No. You know what I mean? We've all fallen short. We're all human beings, right? So to me, it's disgusting that Rinna and Erika, and another reason why I believe it's a lie is because it's too much. Again, people always tell on themselves. It's too much. We call it on the nose. When you're either writing or you're doing something like that, it's too on the nose. The whole racism card. And I'm only calling it a card because I think that's what Lisa, Rinna, and Erika were playing. Not that I don't think racism exists, obviously. But it was too on the nose. Where Rinna is always harping how, oh, we can't go after Garcelle because if I say anything to Garcelle, I'm a racist. Oh, you want to see, like, why can't I say anything? Go watch The Real Housewives of Dubai, blah, blah, blah. So it's very on the nose. It's a little too in sync with Rinna's gripes about not being able to go after Garcelle because she's going to be labeled a racist. Newsflash, Rinna, people are not going to label you a racist because you clap back or read or have a banter or a back and forth with someone who just happens to be Black. You'll be labeled a racist maybe because you wore the Nazi symbol as a quote unquote costume with your husband, glorifying that, maybe that's why people call you a racist. I don't know. Maybe that's why. Yeah. Not only disrespectful to African Americans and minorities, but also very disrespectful to people of the Jewish faith. Extremely disrespectful. So maybe that's why people think you're racist, because you literally wore the Nazi sign like it was cool and kumbaya. And if you actually knew how to read, if you actually knew how to have an intelligent comeback, you could have a back and forth with Garcelle and people wouldn't call you racist. But because you're so low-hanging fruit, when you make those digs, it comes across that way because you're not intelligent enough to actually have the back and forth. That's why, just like you said, go watch Real Housewives of Dubai. That's why nobody is calling Caroline Stanbury a racist. And she goes head to head with Chanel Ayan. You know, all of that stuff. She goes head to head with Lisa. And nobody ever has said Caroline Stanbury is racist. Why do you think that is? And the mere fact that you even made the correlation is racist. You're a white woman. Caroline is a white woman. You go after Garcelle. People kind of squint. It is a little cringy. It is a little microaggression-y, right? Caroline Stanbury goes after Black women, Chanel and Lisa. Nobody is accusing her of being racist because she goes head to head with them, and it's not. It has nothing to do with race. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. It has nothing to do with race. People don't like you, Rinna, not because you go after a Black woman. People don't like you because of you. But that's really what it is. It's a you problem, Rinna. It's not a race problem. It's not a Garcelle problem. It's a you problem. And that's why most likely you're not coming back, because of you. Okay. So what else happened? Hypocrisy. Yeah, Kathy was fine. Dorit. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comment box. I've been talking for almost an hour by myself up here with you beautiful kitty kids. So like the video while you're here, guys, and subscribe too. All right. I'm just going to jump somewhere in the comments. So if I missed your comment, I apologize. I've just been talking for an hour, so I'm just going to pick its place and go down from there. So if I missed you, I apologize. It's not on purpose, and I love you. Not Steve C. coming through at Lisa Rinna's birthday. Lisa Diana Rinna, born July 11th, 1963. What math is that? How old is that? 63? Okay, so 63 to 70 is 7. 70 to 2000 is 30. And so that's 30. What's 2000 to 22? 50. 30 plus 22 is 52. What's 52 plus 7? 59! Wow, you guys, we had a moment. We had a moment. Hey, Shady, I Pinky Chai Shy. What about Rinna with Kim in S5 in season 5? Rinna was so dead. Was that the season where she said Kim was close to death? And Shady says Amsterdam episode. Exactly. Hey, Steve, she's not on the Kardashians list. Wow. Wow. Hey, Pinky Chai Chai. She goes, yes. Hey, Eileen. She goes, I am 41 and I have friends pushing 80 and friends say early 20s. But regardless, I would not want bad press when I'm promoting anything of mine. But that's the thing. You guys are actually friends. I don't think Rinna is actually friends with Kendall. Everything we've seen is that Rinna is friends with Chris. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Robin's Nest. Lisa got to chase clout for her friends' kids. Hey, Pink Chai Chai, correct. I'm not hanging out with people who I could be their mother. I feel motherly towards them. Yeah. Hey, Foxy, but Rinna wants to be much younger, so maybe that is why she said that. I think this is the thing. I think Rinna wants to be much younger. I agree. And I also think Rinna wanted the clout of saying she's friends with Kendall Jenner, right? No, you're friends with her mom. Hey, Steve, correct. Even if I'm friendly with my kids who are near my age, they are still my friends' kids. Exactly. Hey, Foxy, her evidence sucked big time. It was a big nothing burger. It was a big nothing burger. Hey, Pinky Shy Shy, just like Erika needs to stop positioning Garcelle's child. Or propositioning. Exactly. Exactly. It's still somebody's child. It's nasty to me. It's nasty. Ugh. I forgot Cherie was even on the show. Oh well. Hey, Foxy, Rinna and Erika make stuff up to get people not to like them or that they don't like. Exactly, they do. 100%. Foxy says, Rinna's tricks don't work anymore. We're on to you, Rinna. We're on to you. Hey, Eileen. Kathy is the only one who consistently gets along with both Crystal and Garcelle. Yep. When the rest of them had an issue with at least one of them, but Kathy is the racist? Oh, but no. True that. That is some true tea, Eileen. That is true tea. Hey, Shady. She says, exactly. Hey, Darren. She goes, what Rinna did was wrong on so many levels because Kathy has all the rights to be raving mad. Exactly. And also, Rinna, mind your business. This is family business. Mind your business. Hey, Foxy, I never believed in it. Why would Garcelle and Sutton still be friends with Kathy? Exactly, if that was true. Exactly. Hey, Steve C, Kathy wouldn't have come back on the show if that happened. She's too media savvy. Exactly. Kathy's too media savvy, and her team is too smart. Her team is too smart. There's no way. There's just, I'm sorry, there is just no way she said those things and they're still gonna put her in the line of fire. Absolutely not. Foxy says, yep. AJ Sawyer, I see Lips Rinna seems to have a problem with women more successful and wealthier than her. 100%. Checks Yolanda, Denise, LVP, and Kathy Hilton, and must grind her gears being trapped in a rat-infested home. Bloop. Hey, Pinky Chai Chai, I did not know Rinna said that. She went too far. Using other communities to protect yourself? No wonder you want to distance from Real Housewives. Yeah. Excuse me. Yep, she did say that. She said all that stuff. She's horrible. She's horrible. Hey, Eileen. Being mixed race, I think that the amount of people of color saying that they don't believe Kathy's racist says enough. Rinna must be eating herself right now. Exactly. Exactly. It never landed. It didn't pass the gut check. Darren Hood said, I would love to see more of Kathy doing her launch than seeing Liquidated Beauty. Exactly. Not Liquidated Beauty. Exactly. Kathy, if you ever watch this, you want to do a Casa de Sol tasting, we'll do it. We'll do it over here with the Candy Cane community. Dee says, amen. Hey, Foxy, I don't believe in that either, but is there evidence of her daughter saying the N-word, unfortunately? No, I know that. Like, that's what I was alluding to. This is the thing. This might be an unpopular opinion. I don't know. I think that there is a difference between someone who is a true capital R racist versus someone who has at one point in their time, who is not Black, having said the N-word. I'm not condoning it. I'm not giving it a pass. I am not saying it is okay. I am not saying any of those things. But I just don't think that just because someone said the N-word once, twice, whatever the case is, I don't know, makes them the capital R racist. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. I don't know. And again, I'm not condoning it. And I'm not saying it's right. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be held accountable, because they should be. They know it's racist. They know it's wrong. They know it's derogatory. I'm not saying they shouldn't be held accountable for it, but I do think that there are levels to it, and it's more nuanced than just you said this one word and now you're blatantly that forever. If that makes sense. Hey, Eileen, Rinna threw out a line and caught a boot out of here. Exactly, 100%. Hey, Mirelle says hello. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Pinky Chai Chai. Learning moment as we all have. Amen. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I myself, I personally don't even use the N word, even though theoretically I could because I am black, but I just personally don't use it. I don't use the F word, the homophobic slur word. I try not to use any of those things. But and I didn't say that word, obviously, but I was still playing into a stereotype. It wasn't my heart, it wasn't my intention, but regardless of what my heart and intention is, if I see that I've offended someone or hurt someone, I'm going to own up to it. I'm going to be accountable to that. I'm going to throw my hands up and say, you know what? I was ignorant and I was wrong and I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? We're human beings. We don't get it right all of the time. That's why I'm saying you could still be a good person and completely mess up. And also a lot of homophobia, a lot of racism, a lot of sexism, a lot of all of that is taught. It's taught. People don't come out of the womb full of hatred. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's okay or any of that stuff. But in order for us as humanity to actually start healing and to actually start moving forward and to be truly unified, there comes a point where we have to just say, okay, it happened. Let's put a pin in it. How can we heal and move forward? That's really more of what I'm saying. Exactly, Foxy. We can all say and do the wrong thing sometimes. Exactly. Eileen says at Fox Swift, but yes, that's apparently what happened. Unfortunately, they have had to tell people that it is not a word that they can use. Yeah. Yep. Hey, Foxy. Well, good of you to tell people that. That would be awful, in my opinion. Philly Chai says, oop. Darren Hood, Rinna's mouth always been problematic since the Smithsonian's era. That is so true. Hey, Eileen, at Foxy, it's unfortunately become a word people think they can quote from rap songs and such, but it's not. I agree with that. Just because someone says it in a rap song does not give you the right to say it. Hey, Foxy, they actually do another YouTuber's channel, but I don't think it stands for it. They actually do on another YouTube channel, but I don't think it stands very. I know that there was situations where they were talking about Sergio, who is Stanberry's husband. He had done some problematic tweets where he did use the N-word in those tweets, but I don't think that they said that Stanberry herself was. But maybe another YouTuber did. I don't know. I don't know what they think, but I didn't feel like there was a consensus of it. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Eileen says hello. Hey, what's up? Hey, Pinky, great live. I could never. Yay. Hey, Misty. She says hello, Candy and all the candy canes. Steve says 59. I know. I was mathing. The math was mathing. Hey, Foxy, agree. And I don't care what a race of person uses that word. It's not right. I personally don't use it. Miss T, but what about Sergio? Yes. Sergio with the And we all saw Brooks windmilling. If you missed that, I did a whole recap on the Real Housewives of Dubai's reunion, and we talk about Sergio's tweet and all that stuff. So if you want my opinion on that, go catch that video. Hey, ST, did you notice how Diana had a whole new confessional look? I think they added that later than when they were re-editing. Exactly. Yes, I caught that. She had a whole new look. She was like 20 pounds thinner because I think she still had the baby weight when they were filming it, because we've seen the old photos of Diana and she's very thin. She has that very thin look. And in the confessional, she was tan, she was thin, she was wearing the hot pink. I think that they filmed Garcelle's confessional when she has the short hair. I think that those were re-edits. I think Crystal, when she has the long black hair, I think that was re-edits. And I also think the Diana one was 100%. And it even looked different. Like the lighting was different. Hey, Foxy, Sergio is too mucho. Sergio's a lot. Miss T says, I missed everything. It's okay. Replay gang, baby. Replay gang. Hey, Miss T, I missed it, but what do you think about Kyle? She made up with Erika quite quickly, right? Miss T says, goodbye, Lisa. This is the thing. When it comes to Kyle versus Erika and making up, I have a couple of thoughts. I'll make them quick. I think Kyle checked Erika because she had to. Strategically, Erika was saying just too damn much in public on camera. And people know that Kyle was friends with Erika. It was her trip, her house. So if Kyle had not said something, it would have blown back negatively onto Kyle and her businesses. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Oh, Natalia, thank you. That is so sweet. Thank you so much for the super chat. That is so sweet. Thank you. I think that if she knew that she had to, right? She had to say something because it was on camera and it was public. So she was covering her own self, 100%. And then when they made up, that to me just proved how quickly they did. And then they were laughing about it. That Kyle only came for Erika for cover. Being like, I was the one who stood up to her. I couldn't defend that. She was saying all this stuff. I'm on the side of the victims. I think she was doing that for cover. Now, with that being said, I think that Bravo is setting up for the next season of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Kyle and Erika made up. So why are they now beefing? Why is now Erika coming for Kyle in the after show? Why is now Erika coming for Kyle in reality blurb and all this stuff? I think that Bravo is going to bring Erika back. And I think they're setting up the storyline for next season to be Erika versus Kyle. That's what I think they're setting up next season to be. I think they're going to get rid of Rinna. They're getting rid of Diana, but they're not going to get rid of all three. They're going to see if they can still milk Erika's legal stuff the way they milked Teresa and Jen Shaw and all that stuff. I think that they're going to continue to. Oh, thank you so much, Pinky Shy. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yes. So I think they're going to milk her legal stuff because right now she's just starting to go to court. They're just starting to get stuff out. And so I think they're going to milk Erika's legal stuff for as long as they can. And they're setting up the feud. They're setting up the feud to be Erika versus Kyle. And then they're going to see where everybody lands. Does Dorit side with Kyle or does Dorit side with Erika? Does she flip-flop, right? Does she play both sides? What's going to happen with Sutton and Garcelle and Crystal versus Erika now that everything is coming out? Who does Kyle now become aligned with? Since the Faux Fox 4-5 is now debunked. Who will now be Kyle's team? Because we saw the moment she was on the outs with Dorit and Erika, she was on the couch and she goes to Garcelle, can you please talk to me? Funny how you want to talk to Garcelle now. Funny how you want to cuddle up to Garcelle now. You weren't on Garcelle's side during the whole season ever. When has Kyle ever been on Garcelle's side like that? Never. But when you were beefing with Erika and Dorit, all of a sudden, can you please talk to me? I feel so awkward. I have so much anxiety. I think we're going to see Kyle being aligned with Garcelle. And I think we're going to see Erika being aligned with Dorit. Because think about it. Also at the reunion, it was what? Erika versus Kyle, Dorit versus Garcelle. So I think in the next coming, I should do a conspiracy theory video. I'll do a conspiracy theory video with my predictions for the next season because it's all coming together now. I think it's going to be Erika, Dorit versus Kyle and Garcelle. Because we're seeing it, right? We're seeing it. They're going after each other in the after show. They're going after each other in the press. You know, Dorit's going after Garcelle at the reunion. Now there's the beef. Rinna's gone. Diana's gone. That's what I think is going to happen. Thank you so much, Pinky Shy. I appreciate Pinky Chai. I appreciate that so much. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Steve C. Definitely Erika's coming back, sadly. Yeah, she's going to BravoCon. She was on Watch What Happens Live last night. I definitely see them bringing Erika back. They're going to milk the legal stuff. And I think it's going to be a season of Erika versus Kyle. Hey, Misty, different saw the edits. Diana had a new confessional now. Exactly. She had a new body in the confessional. Come on, guys. The work is showing. Hey, Foxy, not another season with Scamika. Yes, it's going to be a new season with Scamika, 100%. 100%. And I also think, do you guys remember, I said this before, but it bears repeating now because we're talking about the edits and how much, thank you, Miss T. That's right. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. We appreciate it. Thank you. But I think it bears repeating now that we're talking about the confessional looks. Y'all remember, not this episode, not last episode, but the episode before that, when they had it was Dorit and Kyle, and they were just in Kyle's car in the front seat, not really going anywhere. And they tried to act like they had filmed that scene the day after the Studio 54 party, but it didn't make sense. We had already seen on Instagram, and they even talked about it, that the night before they had gone out, they were dipping it and doing it, X, Y, and Z. I don't know about you, but like when I go out and we're drinking, it's a big night, your hair looks different in the morning. You slept on it. It's a little bit flatter. It's a little bit not there. It's a little unkept, whatever it is. How is it that Dorit and Kyle's hair looked like it had just been done? Because remember, they're trying to trick us. Bravo is trying to play us. So they were trying to do, what is it called? Consistency. They were trying to make their hairstyle consistent with the night before hairstyle, the Studio 54 hairstyle, right? The problem is you can't, unless you have like a TV makeup artist or like a movie makeup artist, you can't fake that bedhead, that slept on hair when your hair is actually done in a do, but you party on it, you sweat on it, you shower with it, you sleep on it, right? It looks different. Why did their hair look like it had just been done? Like they just came from the glam squad? Stop playing in our faces, Bravo. And why were they sitting in the car going nowhere? We're not dumb. We've watched enough Real Housewives where we know they only shoot in cars. Only shoot in cars. Show me one other, I will eat crow. Show me one other scene where they've ever sat in a car and just talked, unless it was from clearly going to an event or from an event. You know, they'll have like the Uber big black cars, you know, the big private black cars. They'll be in that, or they'll have someone driving, right? But it's always to or from a specified event. A launch party, a dinner party, girls' day. It's always very clear where they are going or where they are coming from. In this scene, what were they doing? Where were they going? That's how you know it was fake. That's how you know they reshot it during that week they took off. Their hair and their makeup was too perfect. It looked too much like it had just been done with the glam squad. But just you're gonna lie in my face and say this was last night's hair? Bye-bye. And you wouldn't, and this is another thing. If you went to the Studio 54 party and you got your hair all crinkled and big to be like the 60s, and you slept on it, you drank on it, you sweat on it, you showered on it, you wouldn't then redo it to look like the 60s. You would just wash your hair and you would just do your hair normally. So to me, again, I don't know who is producing these shows, but nobody is thinking logically. Logically, if I got my hair crinked and crunked and pumped up for a party, then we sweat at the party, we go out because they told on themselves. They're like, yeah, we went and met the husbands, we drank, we danced, all this stuff. Oh, I'm so hungover, blah, blah, blah. If you did all that, the next morning, you wouldn't redo your hair exactly the way you did it for a costume party. You would just wash your hair and do it regularly, or you would have the day after look. Stop playing in our faces, Bravo. Stop playing. Miss T says, thanks for the super chats. Yes, thank you. Definitely. Yay, everybody. All right. Hey, G Sawyer. She goes, Erotica Jane. She does access stage left to a stripper club. Bloop. Hey, Pinky Chai Shy. Thanks to Nat, I figured super chat out. Aw, thank you. Yay, Candy Canes. Where's that little heart? Hey, Eileen. Uneducated preconceptions are not the same as intentional racism. Exactly. Educating works better than condemning to move forward. 100%. That very well said. That's the essence of what I was saying. Thank you so much, Eileen. That's exactly what I was saying. Foxy says, oh, I see, Candy, could be so. Mm-hmm. Hey, Steve C. Yes, next season, conspiracy theory. Erika and Watch What Happen Live said some friendships are broken. Exactly. Bravo is setting up next season to be Erika versus Kyle, Dorit versus Garcelle. Alliances are shifting, blah, 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 blah. I see it now. Hey, beautiful Natalia. Thank you again for the super chat. I really appreciate it. I don't care about Erika's situation anymore because as long as no one checks her, it's pointless. I like Garcelle, but I am sick of the proper woman act. I want her to give the same energy they give. Quiet as it's kept, me effing too. Me too. I agree. I do like the fact that Garcelle is classy. She keeps it together. But there is a moment where I just want Garcelle to just really put her foot all the way up Erika's butt and just really give it to her. Like, really give it to her. And I don't want a kumbaya. I don't want any tears. I don't want a kumbaya moment after. I just want Garcelle to give it to Erika 100% and let it land. And just let Erika crumble. That is a moment that would be so delicious. I agree with you. Hey, Darren, I can see Garcelle, Crystal, Kyle, and Sutton teaming up for next season. Yes, I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be Garcelle, Crystal, Kyle, and Sutton on one side. It's going to be Erika, Dorit, and then we'll see who they get to come in, right? We'll see who they get to come in. Steve C says continuity. Thank you. I think I said consistency. Continuity. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you. See, my candy canes come through. Hey, Shay D says me too. Miss T, Lisa blocked DJ Richie on IG. Lisa, calm down. DJ Richie is so unproblematic. He is so unproblematic. Wow. Foxy says she did block Richie. LOL. Wow. That's a mess. I know that she was saying Shady says she blocked everyone, including Real Andy of Beverly Hills. Yeah, I know that she was saying that she was cleaning up her feed and she was blocking anybody associated with Real House. Let me see if she blocked me. I don't think so because I don't talk about Real Housewives on Instagram. But let me just double check. I don't think I'm blocked though. I'm also a lot smaller than they are. I'm not blocked. That's so funny. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just a sign that she's done. Foxy says yes, Andy too. LOL. I love the real Andy of Beverly Hills. I think he is so sweet. I really like him. Shout out to Real Andy. Hey Shady, Crystal came through. I think she may have saved her diamond 100%. Crystal finally getting her aha moment. Exactly. She was definitely the MVP. Hey, Pinky Chai Shy, Dorit yelled at Sutton not to touch Kyle's hair during picks. She did. Dorit is, you know what? Dorit low-key is really nasty. At first, I was just like, oh, ding dong, Dorit, blah, blah, blah. But low-key, Dorit's really nasty. She's really nasty. You know what? Bravo, if you're listening, we have to address the Dorit PK rumors. We have to. You cannot bring Dorit back next season, Kyle and Mauricio, and act like this rumor did not happen. It has to come out. We got to clean it up. We have to deal with it. We have to. There's just no way that you guys can pretend like this rumor didn't exist. Hey, Foxy, finally Crystal did the right thing. I know. Crystal finally found her voice. Hey, Eileen, my day after look is Scarecrow. Listen, you guys, quiet as it's kept. When I come on here and I'm my little icon, that is when my hair is greasy. It is up in a ponytail. I don't have my contacts in. I'm wearing glasses, no makeup on, my like just pajamas, but I'm still showing up and dipping it and doing it for you guys. But nobody wants to see that. Nobody, I promise you, nobody wants to see it. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. My day after look is, girl, you need a coffee. You need a coffee. 100%. Fox is at Eileen smiling. Hey, Shade D, Dorit needs to exit stage left and take Diana and Rinna with her. Honestly, ding dong, Dorit, you're irritating me. Like, you're irritating me. Jusoria says, why only 3 likes? We only have 3 likes. Let's get those like ups, guys. Let's do it. Dun, dun, dun. We're in here. We've been on here for over an hour. Let's get those likes up. It really, really helps me, you guys. Let's get those likes up. Hi, who said Kate? Crystal needs to speak with some oomph already. Yeah, Crystal, you need to put some bass in your voice. I loved how she checked Dorit though, because Dorit was so smug. I don't have all the facts, and neither do you. How long did you practice that? And who gave you that read, Crystal? Because you look real smug. You clearly didn't think of it on the spot. And Crystal did not miss a beat, and she goes, well, I actually have a moral compass, baby. And I want to surround myself with people who do too. And Dorit shut all the way up. She shut all the way up. Ding dong, Dorit, go away. Hey, Pinky Chai Shy, true, but as Garcelle said, she doesn't have to make Erika look bad. She does it all by herself. That also is true. That also is true, but it would be satisfying though. I'm not saying she should for her, but she should for me. Like, she should for us. Hey, Miss D. She was, Garcelle needs to give Erika a nice, nasty read. Yes. To me, nice, nasty, that's where it's at. When you are the nice, nasty, oof. Why are you so angry? Hey, who said Kate? Oh, please, Rinna. She'd better and watch Harry. I mean, word on the street, he's in Canada living his best life. Foxy Ripley's laughing. Hey, Natalia. I don't understand Garcelle versus Dorit because they were never friends. The thing is, I think it's Garcelle versus Dorit, not so much that, like, the friendship is over, which I think will be the hook with Erika and Kyle. Like, it's over. The friendship is over. Friendships are broken, right? But I think the hook when it comes to Garcelle versus Dorit is that they've always had contention. Even, last season, they had contention. When Dorit was going after Garcelle for, I don't even know, it was so dumb. She was just nitpicking Garcelle, and Garcelle was just like, you talk too much, you're long-winded, get on with it, all of that stuff. And then they have some type of beef at the reunion. So I think it's more so they've never seen 100% eye to eye. I think that's more of the hook. Like, they still have this, like, contentious relationship. But I think with Erika and Kyle, the hook is the friendship is over. Hey, Eileen, Garcelle is afraid of the angry black woman stigma. Yup, and it's being gagged by fear of prejudice. 100%. And don't forget, Garcelle is still a working actress, unlike some other people on that show. She's still a working actress, and she has stuff. She's got stuff she has things to lose. Unfortunately, you're right. The stigma does exist. Hey, Miss T, Crystal better stay on the same side next season. Crystal, that's a really good point, Miss T, because Crystal, you found your voice. Don't flip-flop. Foxy says, love Andy too. Yeah, he's a sweetheart. Hey, Miss T, how many parts is the reunion? Girl, allegedly 4. We better not this is my fear when it comes to the reunion, right? This is my fear. It's going to be flat on multiple levels. One, it's flat because we know everything. Everything's been leaked. We know what the bombshells are. We know who's going after who. So it's not going to be any, like, surprises or shock and awe, right? Also, I don't have faith in Andy Cohen having the ability to actually be an interviewer that has authority, that has that is able to ask the hard questions and not allow people to easily wiggle their way out of it, right? We already know all of the receipts are nothing burgers. Rinna doesn't have any bombshell receipts. That doesn't exist. So I'm kind of like, I feel like the reunion's going to be flat. I mean, allegedly, there's 4 parts of it. That's right, Shady. 46 people. Now we got 55. Now we have 55 in the room. Go ahead and hit that like button. That's right, Shady. Like it up, like it up, like it up. Woo! Thanks, you guys. Hey, Darren. Crystal bossed up against those mean girls, giving both of them the business. I'm beyond proud of her. Me too. But you know what it is with Crystal? I think Crystal finally realized that those girls were teaming up to discredit, dismiss, and get Crystal off the show. And I think Crystal realized that they were going behind her back, trying to get her off the show. And I'm going to tell you why. Wait, Natalia says, Erika said years ago she would never want to be on the bad side of the Atlantic girl, so it tells me Erika knows who to go after. Erika knows. Erika 100% knows. She knows. So this is what I think happened with Crystal. I think when Kathy came to her and gave her the advice about the girls talking about her ED, I think when Sutton gave her the heads up, because I think Crystal in her mind thought, oh, the girls are concerned about me. They're looking up. They're like, they're worried about me with my ED. And I think Sutton kind of said to her, hey, girl, she said it on camera, but I think behind the scenes, she's kind of like, girl, actually, they're not having your back. They're not concerned. They're planting doubt. Basically, in my conspiracy theory, this is what happened when it came to Crystal. I forgot what episode it was. Maybe episode 1, 2, or 3. It was an early episode. The moment Crystal said to those girls, I don't feel safe in this group. Last year, you guys did not validate my feelings. You made me feel bad for getting so upset about the violation word. You didn't provide a safe space for me. And they all were like, what? That was a year ago. We've already talked about it. We've already done that. Why is she saying this now? Why is she holding a grudge? I think that Kyle, Erika, Rinna, Dorit were so concerned about being canceled because, again, Crystal is Asian. Also, she was talking about, her feelings, not saying she felt like a safe space. I think that they were so concerned about how they would appear because quiet as kept, they didn't validate her feelings. But that's a whole other episode. You know what I'm saying? I think when she did that moment was when Erika stopped hanging out at Crystal's place. That's when Kyle stopped really talking to Crystal a lot. Like, Kyle and Crystal don't even interact, to be perfectly honest. When do Kyle and Crystal ever even talk? I think that was the moment they were like, oh, Crystal is saying these buzzwords. I don't feel safe here. This isn't a safe space for me. You didn't validate my feelings. And so they were like, we got to discredit Crystal. And then once Crystal said that, what happened? They started talking about, oh, didn't Crystal have a falling out with 14 women in Beverly Hills because she held a grudge and she was a liar? Oh, yeah, that's what I heard. Like, we've all heard this. Crystal's a liar and she can't get along with women and she holds grudges and she just, held on to something and then blew up about it. Yeah, she fell out with 14 women in Beverly Hills. All of a sudden, they exposed that about Crystal. And then when they were all getting together, they were saying they were planting seeds to discredit Crystal. Oh, Crystal says that she's never gotten treatment for her ED, but she has all the money and all the means in the world. Like, how come she said she never got treatment? And she's saying that she's purging every day and all of this stuff. They were trying to make it seem like Crystal was exaggerating or lying about her ED. They were systematically trying to discredit her because the moment she said, I'm not over how you treated me last season. You didn't make the safe space for me. That was the moment they're like, oh, Crystal, you're not falling in line. Oh, Crystal, you're not just kissing our butt. Okay, well, you're going to see what it feels like to be on the other side of us. And Crystal thought that they were concerned, but then she got the heads up from Sutton. She got the heads up from Kathy. And then when she realized that these women were setting her up to see like she was lying about her ED, that is why. And that is when Crystal switched sides. That's when she started hanging out with Sutton. That's when she started having Garcelle's back. That's when she started pushing back, because she realized, boo-boo, they don't like you. They're not your friend. They're not going to protect you. They're going to do to you what they have done to everybody else. And as we see now, what they're even doing to each other, because that is what crabs in a barrel do. They galvanize themselves. Once they're done eating everybody else, they eat themselves. And that's why it's like, Erika, friendships are broken, right? Oh, thank you, Natalia. That is so sweet. Thank you for another super chat. Enjoy your channel and commentary. Thanks. Oh, you're so welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the super chat. But that is why I think that was the turning point. Do I think Crystal cares about the victims? 100%. But do I think Crystal also cares about herself? And that was the turning point. Because quiet as it's kept, the victims have always been there for the last 2 years. People can claim plausible deniability prior to 2020. 2020, the majority of the public had no idea about this. So sure. But in 2020, it dropped all of this stuff. So how come from 2020 to the beginning of 2022, for the last 2 years, you've done nothing but kiss Erika's butt? You knew about the victims for the last 2 years. What changed? You know what changed? They went after you. You know what changed? You realize you will never be accepted by them. And again, it has nothing to do with race. It's not because Crystal is Asian and these women are white. That's not what I'm saying. Nothing to do with race. It has to do with the fact that these women only care about themselves. And there is a hierarchy within their Mean Girl group. And if you don't fall in line, they will go after you. Thank you, Shady. Thank you for everything you do, Candy. Thank you. Thank you guys for like hanging out with me. You guys are so much fun. Thank you for just like hanging with me. It's so much fun. So that is what Crystal realized. They're never actually going to accept me. They're never actually going to have my back. Because, and there is a hierarchy. That's why Erika was able to check Dorit. Because in my mind, the hierarchy used to be Rinna, Erika, Dorit. That was the three. Then they had Teddy and Kyle as lackeys. Then Teddy got the boot. Then they had then they had Kyle and Diana as lackeys. Now Diana has the boot. Kyle is switching sides. Crystal thought she could be a lackey, but the moment she didn't fall in line, they checked her real quick. That's why Erika can check Dorit, because in the hierarchy of the Mean Girl structure, again, I don't think it has anything to do with race. They're just mean-ass women. Is lower on the totem pole. That's why you never see Erika check Rinna. But you see Rinna tell them, put a pin in it. Oh, Erika. Rinna was the ringleader. Erika was number 2. Thank you, Shady. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. She just found your channel and enjoying it. Good job. Thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Eileen. Yes, Eileen just joined the channel as a member and gave me a little super chat too. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. My candy canes, you guys are so beautiful. I absolutely love spending this time with you. We got 55 people in the room. If you haven't yet, smash that like button. All right, you guys, let's get into it. We've been on here for over an hour and a half. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. And then we can take a break and I can do more videos for you guys in the afternoon. Let's see. Thank you, everybody who gave a super chat. I appreciate you so much. Hey, Natalia, I hope rumors are true that Komora would join the show because I see her not playing with them because she comes from Let's see. No, I agree. She comes from like a place where people don't play with them. The only thing, the only hesitancy I have with Kimora, I think she would be dynamic personality wise. I think she would be dynamic lifestyle wise. My only problem is I don't want Bravo to keep casting people with fraudulent problems. As we all know, Kimora Lee Simmons was married to Russell Simmons. He has since fled the country to evade SA charges. There have been women who have claimed that he has forced himself on them. He had all these charges and claims. He since has fled the country. I think he's in Dubai or the Cayman Islands, someplace like that. He got the hell out of Dodge. Again, these are allegations, rumors. So I just want to protect my channel, allegedly. He got the hell out of Dodge. He left America. During that time, he had given her either, what's the word when it's like power of attorney, proxy, something like that. Mind you, since then, she's been married, she's had other children, and she was fake married to this guy named, I think his name's like Tim Leisner. He's white because, as we all know, Russell's black. Her other husband was black, Desmond, whatever his name is, and then this guy's white. But he's like this white, wealthy, British, London business guy. So she was fake married to him. By fake, I mean he actually was still legally married to another woman. His mistress knew, and she said, buy me a $10 million home in London, and I'll keep your secret. So he bought her a $10 million house in London, his mistress, to keep the secret. But he was legally married to another woman when he got married to Kimora. I don't think that's legally a marriage, right? I don't think polygamy is legal. Anyway, she sold the stocks or whatever it was that Russell had trusted her with while he was getting the hell out of Dodge. So he was getting all his affairs in order. He was getting the hell out of Dodge. He did not want to face these, charges for allegedly forcing himself on women. He didn't want to face the charges. He didn't want to get Me Too'd. He got the hell out of Dodge. And while trying to get everything in order, he had entrusted her with some stocks, some stuff, and she sold it without Russell's permission. She had the power, legally she had the power to, because he turned it over to her, but she never asked him. He basically trusted her to hold him down. Like, I gotta get the hell out of here. They're about to come and get me. I'm about to be Bill Cosby. I'm about to be Harvey Weinstein. I need to get the hell out of here. I need to move some money. I need to move some accounts. I'm going to put you over here. Hold on to this for me. And she was like, okay, Russell, psych. And she sold it. And she used that money to help bail out her husband, who had then, by this time, turned out he was running a fraud. He was running a big financial scheme, big white-collar financial scheme. And he, instead of facing his own charges or whatever, he decided to turn state's evidence, basically become an informant, and tell on his shady business partners. And allegedly, Kimora helped him to move money and to hide money, and she sold Russell Simmons stuff to go towards, helping to hide the money, his legal fees, X, Y, and Z. Even though I like Kimora Lee, even though I think her personality is fire, I just am exhausted with watching people who have all of the fraud in the world on the screen. I'm just exhausted. I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? If Bravo wants to do a show about, fabulous frauds, knock yourself out. I won't watch it. You know what I mean? But I don't want another housewife like an Erika Girardi, like a Diana, like a Jen Shaw, like a Teresa Giudice. Like, I'm just, even Teddy Mellencamp. There's allegations that her husband has been running schemes and frauds. Dorit, everybody calls Dorit and PK grifters, right? I'm just tired of it. So it's nothing personal against Kimora, but I'm just tired of the fake life people pretend to have. And it turns out they're living these extravagant lives because they're frauding. They're frauding the bank, they're frauding us, they're frauding victims, they're frauding old people, they're frauding the government. It's just enough. I want Bravo to do their job. Go out there and find vivacious, beautiful, rich, cool, interesting, intriguing women who are still down to earth and are a good key to be on your show. Do your job. And I also don't want a celebrity. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't want a celebrity. I don't want someone that I already know. Can't we find another Nene, another Vicky Gunvalson, another, Bethany? I'm talking about them in their heyday, obviously, where we didn't know who Nene was. We didn't know who Vicky Gunvalson was. We didn't know who Bethany Frankel was. And then they come and they show up and they're great for reality, right? That's what I want. I want someone who I don't know that your ex-husband is allegedly hiding in the Cayman Islands or Dubai because he's trying to dodge, allegations in court time. I don't want to know that, your current husband, who I don't think you're legally married to, is turning state's evidence because he's been basically running another Ponzi scheme, another, Bernie Madoff situation, conning people and conning everybody and doing fraudulent activity, and you allegedly are helping him get away with the schemes and the scams. I just don't want another scammer on the TV. Lover or hater, what about I want another LVP. LVP can come back, yes, but I want another person like an LVP who really is the queen on the scene. LVP, you can all say what you want about her, but I don't think she's running any frauds or scams that are like hurting people. You know what I mean? Maybe a PP loan here or there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that. I don't want fabulous frauds. I don't want it. I don't want it. Oh, thank you, someone. I got another super chat. Let me see where it is. Oh, thank you. Hey, who said catch? She goes, yes, no more celebrities. Give us some women of color, please. Yes. Yes, I agree with that 100%. I want more diversity or inclusion, whatever word it is, but I want it authentically. Like Cherie, if her personality was better, that would have been authentic inclusion because she truly is friends with Garcelle and she truly is in that world or whatever, but her personality sucked, right? So I agree, but I don't want any celebrity. I don't want any fraudster. Can we find someone who is wealthy and they actually have like legit money that's not fraudulent? Like a Sutton. Sutton is rich out of her butthole, but she doesn't have any schemes and scams. She's not, washing money for her husband. All of the X, Y, and Z, right? Let's see. Hey, Eileen, she goes, I like to see a counter show with the victims trying to get their money from these a-holes. Yes! What can we call it? The amazing, I don't know. We have to call it something. We'll find a name for it. I love it. Yes, in BK, Sutton is clean rich. Exactly. That's what I want. Hey, DGX67, another Adrian Mulaf's family owned the Palms Hotel Casino Resort, a basketball team, Malif Music. She was the real deal. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Foxy says, good idea, Eileen. Yes, that's a fantastic idea. Natalie says, Dorit telling Crystal that they don't know the whole story about her situation is a laugh, especially we don't know the whole story about her so-called robbery. Well, damn, Natalia, yes. Bloop. 100%. Funny how that storyline got wrapped up real quick. Oh, I have some PST. Oh, I'm doing ASMR, blah blah blah. And then it was all wrapped up with a neat bow. Girl bye. Hey Lori, Eileen, oh my god, that would be the reality show on the victims. Yes. That would be good. That would be really, really good. I'm here for it. Hey, random info, they should bring LVP back. I agree they should. You know what? It would have been the bomb if on the reunion, the guest person is LVP. That would have them all shook. They would all be shook if it was LVP who came on the reunion to be like, I'm back. The crown is heavy, darling. Best to leave it where it belongs. That would have been what was up. Hey, G Sawyer, Cherie was just one of the peanut gallery this season. Cherie to me, just a bad taste in the mouth all the way around. Hey, Pinky Chai Shy, the real victims of the Real Housewives husbands. Exactly. Hey, random info. Adrian left after Brandy outed her surrogacy. She wasn't with it. That was dirty. I don't like Brandy. That was dirty. You don't out somebody's medical history. The same way, what's his face? Dirty ass, what's his face? On Shaws of Sunset. Reza. Oof. When Reza, I don't know if you guys watched Shaws of Sunset, but a couple of seasons ago, Reza did the dirtiest, nastiest thing you could ever do to a woman. He was putting out, literally out screenshots of MJ's medical records. He literally was just like, oh, you've had all of these A words, where they get rid of the baby. He was like, you did all these A words. Like, that's why you almost died when you were giving birth, because she had a very, very difficult birthing experience for her son. It was very, very difficult, and it was Mad Day, and he was talking about how she had all the A words and how that's the reason why she almost died. Like, once Reza, I knew Reza was trifling and evil, but when he did that, I was just like, there's no coming back. I don't know how MJ is still friends with him. I don't know. I think she's friends with him at the expense of her marriage, to be honest. The show's canceled. Michael had caught a domestic. He's looking at some time. They're allegedly filming a new show that's going to be around MJ, Reza, and what's that girl's name? The fighter girl, the one who fights all the time, and she had the baby. I can't think of her name. But her. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Lori, she goes, Natalia, LKR. Yes, it's already a fact Tom stole the money. Bloop. If my husband stole a Ferrari and gave it to me for my birthday, I couldn't be like, too bad it's mine, I'm keeping it. Exactly. You're legally not allowed to keep ill-gotten gains. You're not. It's the law. And then Erika's a hypocrite. Why are you appealing, Erika? If you thought you wanted everything to play out in the law, whatever the judge said, why are you appealing? The judge already told you to give the earrings back. Oh, speaking of the earrings. Okay, Foxy says should be called I want my effing money back. Exactly. Who wants their money back, right? Speaking of the earrings. You guys, did you catch this? Oh, okay. Did you catch the fact that Erika the next day was wearing the actual earrings? The actual earrings in question that she has now relinquished to the conservator because the judge ruled she had to, because there was a physical paper trail that they were purchased with blood money. Did you guys catch she was actually wearing the earrings the next day? Did you think about, and if you caught it, did you think about the fact that it means she had to have intentionally traveled with it? Why was she traveling with the earrings? Why? Did you guys catch that? That is so crazy. That is so mind blowing. That is such disgusting bullshit. Like, that is a different level of psychotic. That is a different level of evil. Because when you really think about it, it wasn't like the girls were out at dinner. They had a blow up. She went home. The next day at brunch, she popped on the earrings. She had to, they're in Aspen. They're not home. She had to have had premeditated, decided to pack the earrings. Why was she traveling with the earrings? Why? That I don't my mind, I have a good mind when it comes to that stuff, but I can't even think of why in the hell was this woman traveling with these earrings. That's not a coincidence. That's not a, you pissed me off at dinner and I'm going to go home and I'm going to get the earrings out and I'm going to show you tomorrow. That is prior to any fight, prior to any situation, prior to Crystal, prior to Sutton, prior to Kathy saying anything about the earrings, prior to Kyle. You intentionally decided that it was a good idea to pack these particular earrings that was already out there, and you decided it was a good idea to travel with them? Why? I don't get it. You didn't just so happen to have the earrings. You chose to travel with them. You had them on you. You had them on you, Erika. Why? This sickness. It's a sick mind. Honestly, I'm very thankful that my mind isn't that sick. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hey, Eileen, we can call it Al Capone didn't get away with it, you B. Exactly. Hey, Candy. She goes, exactly. Hey, Shay. She goes, I miss Adrian. Adrian. Exactly. She was one of my favorites in the early season of Beverly Hills. She was good. She was good. Exactly, Candy. We want authentic. 100%. Hey, Natalia. She goes, Lori, LOL. Hey, Rinna Info. Garcelle wished her a happy birthday on her stories. She was filming for Vanderpump with her, so we may see it. I would love it. I mean, I would love that for us. I would love that for us. Hey, Foxy B, you better have my money, Riri. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, Lori, Foxy, laughing my butt off. OMG. That would be the greatest. Who wouldn't watch that? I don't know how they don't pick it in the front lines of Drill House. I'd be going nuts. I would too. I would too. I would be like, I need my money and I need it now. Hey, who said Kate? She was new show suggestions is awesome. Volunteer to follow Mauricio and PK around with long lens camera. The Real House husbands exposed. 100%. Hey, flying monkeys. Hey, random info. Reza was really mean to Mercedes. That junk, I'm sorry. You never in life would be allowed to be around me again. Never in life. Hey, G Soya, Real Scammers of Beverly Hills. Exactly. Hey, Miss T, I want new people. LVP had a lot going on at a restaurant. That's true. That is very true. Hey, Natalia, I don't see what makes Erika ice queen because she didn't run into someone who would defrost her. Exactly. We need to, I'm telling you, I want to see someone really put it on Erika's 100%. CC, Reza was disgusting. She was. Hey, Marzia, Reza is so gross. I mean, that, you don't come back from that. But apparently on Bravo, you're allowed to, talk about a woman's medical history. You're allowed to post it on social media and still have a job. But then again, they still are giving Jen Shaw a job. They still gave Teresa a job. They gave Apollo a job. They're giving Erika a job. So we're not surprised. Hey, Natalia, I never liked him. Me either. Just nasty. A very nasty person. Fox says, what? He did that? Yes. Yes. They aired it. It was on an episode on national television. He was yelling at her. It happened at a pool party, talking about you had I forgot what he said. Like he said some number. He's like, you had all these A words. That's why you almost died when you were having a baby. When you were having a baby. That's what he said. And then it was Mad Day, and he went and he was showing screenshots of of some of her medical records. That's what he did. I don't know how he's not in jail. I really don't. I mean, ugh. Hey, Candy, diversity, yes, unless they're setting up people to fight. Right. And that it needs to be authentic. Everything needs to be authentic. If you're introducing, because this is one thing I believe, I think it's okay to have an all whatever cast as long as it's authentic. I also think it's okay to have diverse and inclusive casts as long as it's authentic. And what I mean by that is I don't think it's authentic, which is why I think they're doing a New York City reboot. I no longer think it's authentic to say people like Ramona represents the collective of New York City. That's no longer authentic. You see what I'm saying? So I agree with you. Who said Kat said, ugh, I used to like Reza till you went up on NJ and Tommy. Yeah, I don't know how she's friends with him again. Tommy doesn't mess with him. And I think she's back friends with him at the expense of her marriage. I wouldn't be surprised if they get if they get divorced based on the last season. I don't know. Maybe they worked through it by now. I don't know. Random says Tommy can't stand Reza. He was trying to fight him. I mean, yeah, as a husband should. Again, we don't condone violence, but there are moments where we understand it. And this is a moment where I understand it. I don't even know Mercedes. I don't even know how to fight, but I wanted to fight Reza on behalf of all women when he did that. On behalf of all women, I wanted to fight him. Hey, Pinky, Reza is canceled for me, 100%. I'm not watching their new show. Miss me with the BS. Miss me with it. Cynthia says, sounds sick and jealous. Exactly. Thank you, Gigi. Her name's Gigi. Yes, it's going to be Gigi, Reza, and Mercedes. They're doing some spin-off show, but I'm not watching it because Reza's crazy. That's crazy. Reza says Foxy. Yep. Who said Kat says Gigi. Thank you, guys. Garen Hood said, Asa is good friends with Garcelle. That makes sense. That makes sense. Jules Arens is Candy. Yep. Golnessa. Yep. Gigi. Thank you, Flying Monkeys. Random Info says, I love Asa, but she won't show her life with her baby daddy that is a Jackson. Yeah. 100%. Random Info says, yes, she is so tacky. Foxy says, yes, so disgusting of her. Cynthia says, yes, Lord, she did. I mean, why did she pack the earrings? Random Info says, she told Garcelle she would show them to her. Oh, my God. Hey, Candy K. She was maybe LVP would be open without Rinna. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, DG627. The law should have snatched those earrings like the DEA snatches cars, homes, and whatnot before being proven guilty by a court of law. Same difference, right? They should have snatched them. They should have snatched them. They should have snatched them. Hey, Flying Monkeys, and she mentioned their increased value. It was so disgusting. They're actually 1.3. Oh, she makes me irritated. Yes, Miss T. Erika is an extra kind of evil. How do you premeditate bringing the stolen earrings on the show? Hey, MBK, that was on purpose. She was just walking FU to everyone. Exactly. Wearing earrings as an FU, just says G. Sawyer. Yep. Hey, Foxy, she can brag about them. So she can brag about them. Yep. Hey, Pinky Chai Shy, I am not wearing $1 million+ in public. Not that I will ever have that worry. I ain't crazy. Well, you know what, Pinky? I'm going to speak over you. You will have that worry. You'll easily have $1 million earrings, but you're right. You'll also have common sense, humility, and gratitude, and not act like Erika Jane. Hey, Eileen, she had the cost of the vital medical expenses dangling from her ears. She saw nothing wrong with it. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Steve C says yes. Miss T, Erika doesn't want to lose those earrings. I won't leave them at home. She was scared they're going to come snatch them. She was scared the DEA was going to come snatch them while she was gone. Hey, Kimmy Pie. Erika stayed there and said that she was going to keep wearing them if it was up to her. She's disgusting. Hey, Cynthia. Agreed, MBK. F you to anyone with morals. 100%. Hey, Natalia. She goes, I get Erika fighting for her stuff that old man gave her because it's a must have hurt her to have laid down with him. She's like, I earned these. I earned these. Well, quiet as kept, he was laying down with his mistress and other women, so I don't know how much he had in him. You know what I'm saying? He was buying his mistress he was ciphering 300K to his mistress, bought her boobies and gave her 300K for her house and paid for her to go to law school. Hey, Shady, the amount of alleged criminals on these franchises, they should make a new one called The Real Housewives of Orange in Orange Suits. Exactly. Orange is the new diamond or something. Hey, G Sawyer, I think Rinna holding some stuff for Erika. Yeah, at least the $5 million, right? I'll say alleged. But allegedly, Erika gave Rinna $5 million. So she probably gave her some money to hold on to it. And then she also gave her some money, for her to dip into. I think that Rinna is the ringleader. Then Erika, then Dorit's their number one lackey. Darren says, wow, that's so despicable. Yeah, because you have to really think about it. She literally decided to. That was a decision. She premeditated bringing the earrings. Disgusting. Hey, Foxy, don't forget that she got a lot more jewelry still in her possession. Yup, she was drunk at the table talking all about her stuff, how much money she had, how much everything was worth. She had no problem. Hey, Marzia, she knows the topic would come up, so she want to wear them in spite of it. It was intentional. Hey, who said Kate? Kathy knows how to travel. She dresses down and leaves her Birkins at home. Exactly. Kathy was just like, I'm cute and comfy. I got my slippers. I got my jammies. Leave me alone. Which is how we all should be, right? I'm comfortable. Leave me alone. Hey, Pinky Shy Shy, she wore that cheetah ring too. Yup. I think that's Bulgari, right? The Bulgari tiger ring. Tiger, cheetah, yeah. Hey, Foxy, Erika's a narc, so she didn't give an ish. She doesn't. She told us. She told us. Multiple times. And Erika, I believe you. Cuckoo for Cuckoo Puffs. Hey, who said Cat? She was, I liked Adrienne too. She's smart and nurturing and funny. Exactly. Hey, Shady, I agree. I think she also invested money into Rinna's businesses. Yup. 100%. A, it's a way to give Rinna a kickback. And B, it's also a way to launder the money. Foxy says, yes. Darren Hood says, Reza is a hot mess. DGF627 says, Camille needs to return to handle Kyle. I would love that. I actually really like Camille Grammer. I've met her a couple of times, and she's really sweet. Like, she's actually, like, genuinely really nice and really sweet. I really like Camille. Hey, you said, Kat, Camille or Kim would lay into Erika. Yeah. Yeah, she would. Hey, MBK, I think he said something like 17. Oof. Which we all know is a lie. And it's just disgusting and really hateful. Hey, DGF67, if Camille thought that Faye Regnet was morally bankrupt, what must she think of Erika's antics? Camille is a matter of nice nasty. Yes. Hey, Candy, bring in Nene to check Erika. That would be a fair fight. Nene would bring Erika all the way down. All the way down. But to be honest, Erika really isn't that tough. The problem is she's going against Sutton. She's going against Crystal. And that's no shade to Sutton or Crystal, but she's going against Garcelle, who has to take almost like that higher road, unfortunately, because there is that angry Black woman stigma. Garcelle actually has things to lose. So Garcelle has to sort of tiptoe and play this game, given everything. So if you're honest, Erika doesn't know how to read. She doesn't have any good comebacks. All she does is call people names like the A word and the see you next Tuesdays, and she threatens people. That's all she does. She can't read. She can't have a good back and forth. Erika really isn't all that. Where you have like a Phaedra or a Nene or a Karen Huger, right? Who they actually can read you down. Erika can't do that. Erika just threats and calls people names, and that's it. She's a big old bully, the capital B. Hey, Lynn. Rich out of her B-hole, LOL. I know. Hey, Steve. Still don't know about watching Salt Lake City, another season of a scammer. Ugh. I know. I'm on the fence, you guys. I do not want to support Jen Shah, but at the same time, I do want to know what happens with the other ladies. I'm on the fence. We'll have to see. Hey, Foxy. Camille would not be afraid to bring stuff up. No, Camille would. Now we don't say it, but now we've said it. I love Camille. Hey, Foxy, Needy would walk all over Erika in a heartbeat because Erika really isn't tough. I love Sutton, and Sutton gives it good in those ways, but not in the way where it's like, you know what I mean? Hey, Lori, in real life, no one would be friends with Ramona. Yeah, who said Cat? Tommy was protecting his family. He was. I'm team Tommy 100%. 100%. And I agree with Tommy. I would feel some type of way if you go and be friends with a man who disrespected you while you were literally dying while having my son, and then I go and defend you. Tommy actually went to jail. Go to jail defending you because he hit some plants. It was the dumbest thing in the world. And then you turn around and be friends with him again? Lori says, I canceled Reza a long time ago. Yes. Hey, Natalia Candy, do you watch Big Brother? It's a lot. I don't. I only ever watched Celebrity Big Brother when Cynthia was on it because everybody wanted me to watch it. But I've never gotten into Big Brother. Hey, Darren Hood, Gigi is going to be at BravoCon this year, I heard. Rinna and Diana were uninvited. Yep, Rinna, Diana, and I also heard Jen Shah was uninvited, which is why I think the invites are coming from NBC, not even Bravo, because I think NBC is watching, giving all of the lawsuits, given Botgate, given them getting exposed on Good Morning America. I think NBC is watching, and I think NBC is really calling for Bravo to clean it up. Because that's the only reason why I could think that they're not inviting Jen Shah, allegedly. Rusika's like, ooh, side-eyeing, right? Hey, Marzia, Veery, the over-the-top behavior started after soap operas started to get canceled. And since Andy C loves soap operas, Bravo started to hire their writers, producers, and talents. I don't know. Maybe. It could be. Hey, Eileen, unpopular opinion, but I would have loved to see Erika try to intimidate Brandy. She would have brought some FU energy. Erika would never go for Brandy because Brandy is unhinged and Brandy really doesn't give an F. Brandy will go for your juggler and tear you all the way down, and then the next moment be like, but I love you. You know what I mean? Erika knows who to go after. She goes after Crystal. She goes after Sutton. She goes after Garcelle to a degree. She knows who to go after. She checks Dorit because she knows that Dorit is the lowest on their top totem pole. It's a mess. Hey, Lori, Erika acts like the victims are terrible liars who came to ruin her life. Exactly. It's the weirdest, most bizarre thing ever. Oof. Okay, you guys, we have been on here forever. If I missed you, oh, it's Natasha says, who are y'all talking about? Who's Tommy? You gotta watch the replay. We got in it. Let's see what you guys are funny. Sadie says, taking Diana with them. I think that Brandy would for hand. She would. But you guys, we have been on here for over 2 hours. 54 people in the building. So be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. And be sure to share this. Share this with a friend, family, whoever. Just share alike. So with that, you guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go hang out in the sunshine. I'm going to get some food. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, everybody who sent in a super chat. It really means a lot. It warms my heart. Thank you for everyone who joined our members group. We will be doing our members only live chat in October because, we only got 2 weeks left in September and I want to get some good stuff for the live chat. So if you want to join us for members only, be sure to join our membership, become a candy cane. I love you guys so, so, so much. This has been so much fun. You guys keep me going, and I cannot wait to come back for another Kiki because you are my candy cane community. I love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. Watch out for the Erikas. Watch out for the Rinnas. With that, I love you. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go.